I'm Carol and welcome back to my channel. So at the beginning of the year, I decided to go through the training and certification process to become a Pilates instructor. I've been doing Pilates regularly since 2020, primarily reformer Pilates, so a good 4+ years now. And prior to becoming very serious and honed in on Pilates, I did Pilates and mat work regularly as part of my dance training because I do have a degree and minor in dance performance and choreography. If you've watched my previous video, which I'll link here, you know that I've gone through some pretty serious health issues, primarily with lower back pain. I've had a lot of physical therapy, a lot of injections and procedures, including back surgery. So part of my interest in choosing STOT as the training method that I went through is they developed their program with physical therapists, and it's very, very thoughtfully put together. So I know there are a myriad of different Pilates instructions available, from classical Pilates to the various methods that franchises have come up with, but STOT, which is owned by Marathon, is pretty legit. So with my series of videos that I'm putting out, this is really to help me become a good Pilates instructor. So half of my training, which I've already completed, was over 100 hours of in-class physical training. So learning the methodology with a certified instructor. Now I've got well over 100 hours left of what they call physical review and teacher observation. So the physical review is literally me reviewing the exercises so that I will be able to confidently instruct someone else to do them. So with all that said, I'm going to go through some of that with you guys today. So let's get started. We're gonna start with the 6 principles of STOT Pilates. And the first one is breath. Breath work is something that will be called out throughout all of your Pilates training if you're being led by a competent instructor. So to begin, we just want to make sure that we are understanding our breath, that we're aware of it. So I like to start lying down. You can also start sitting up and leaning over yourself, but let's lie down. Move the claw clip so that it's not on top of your head. And if you have a turtleneck like myself, where your head kind of wants to lean forward, you can pop like a small mat or a small pillow under your head. I do not have said pad, so I'm gonna raw dog it. Never use that expression again, Carol. Okay, so let's just start with finding our natural breath. Let's do 3 inhales, whatever feels good. So now we can start telling our breath kind of where to go directionally within our body. So when we do our next breath out, let's think of bringing air into our rib cage, and we can even put our hands here on our rib cage so that we feel that expression. In through your nose, out like you're blowing out a birthday candle. Now let's bring that breath into the back of our rib cage for some 3D breathing. Now let's get low into our belly. And this is Lily, by the way. She's my teaching assistant. She is very good at naturally breathing. She doesn't need much instruction. Yeah, is that right? Okay, can you go here? Okay, so the next principle of Pilates is pelvic placement. Something that you learn in classical Pilates is that most movement happens from an imprinted position, which I'm going to show you in a second. One difference in STOT Pilates is we like to kind of go to the next level and do moves from a natural or like a neutral pelvis position. So to know what those two things are, there's a few principal exercises we can go through. So rocking pelvis, neutral to imprint, leg slides, and leg lifts. Let's do all 4 because, again, someone who's had back surgery, knowing where my pelvis is in space is very, very important. So with rocking pelvis, we're just going to lay back on our back. We're going to rock through our anterior and posterior tilts to explore our range of movement. And yeah, so anyways, like lying back again. What we like to say is those little bony protrusions on your hips are your ASIS, or your, I call it a basis. I don't think that's correct. But we basically just begin rocking. So by squeezing your obliques and tightening your core, your pelvis should start to tilt. And then you can bring it through, kind of overemphasize the tilt in the reverse side. So imprint, rocking through neutral to an overextended back. So imprint, rocking, moving our pelvis. So imprint is when our back is mostly flat on the back. You can think of having, you know, squished a blueberry. And when we do things with our legs lifted in the air, we're gonna move into imprint so that we keep our core tight and our back safe. Now neutral is gonna be a slightly more intermediate or advanced movement. And it's a great place to train from because in our day-to-day life, we are going to be in neutral, hopefully. So with Lily's help, we're gonna now do leg slide. So we're going to inhale to prepare, exhale, press our heel out and around. Exhale, inhale around. Exhale, inhale around. And the trick here is to keep the pelvis stable. So we don't want to feel any rocking in our pelvis. Switching sides, which has interested Lily here. Remember, exhale, inhale, return. Excellent. So now we're going to do leg lifts. So again, keeping our back and our pelvis in imprint. So to imprint again, we are contracting our obliques, our rectus abdominis, feeling that weight deeper into the floor, and you're just going to march. Keeping your pelvis stable. I like to press off the floor, rolling through my toes to lift up, and then reverse. Toes on the ground, followed by your heel. Good job. So the third Pilates principle has to do with your rib cage placement. This is, you know, real important. So to exercise that, we're gonna do arm raises. Not too bad, right? So we're gonna lie back, keeping our spine and pelvis in neutral. Our knees are flexed, feet abducted, hip distance apart, and arms along by our side, palms facing down. Okay, don't forget that. So here we are in neutral, arms on the ground. We're going to inhale to prepare. Exhale, raise our arms to the ceiling. Now the key here is we don't want to raise our arms and start arching. Do you see how my butt scooches back and my rib cage lifts and expand? That is no bueno. So we're going to return, stay in neutral, inhale to prepare, exhale, raise our arms, tighten our abs, and just stay in neutral. Now your ribs are gonna flare very, very subtly. That is just nature and physics and kinesiology, but we don't want it to be like, you know, a splayed out bug. Fabulous. Okay, so for our next Pilates principle, we're going to be doing scapular movement and stabilization. So let's get started with elevation and depression, which might be easier to see sitting up. You can do it lying down if you want. But basically, we're going to elevate, lifting our shoulders to our ears, and depress, pulling our scapula down. Up, down. So a lot of times, your instructor is going to cue you to relax your shoulders or lower your shoulders because it's very easy for us to start creeping up here. Especially if you're on the reformer and you're doing any kind of like arm exercise, it's so easy to get into this position so quickly. So when they say elevate, this is what they mean when they say depression. This is what they mean. Now for protraction and retraction, it is essentially our scapula is moving side to side. But from an arm movement, it's just gonna look like our arms are moving forward. Neutral, arms are moving back. Forward, back. Forward, back. Our arms can also move contralaterally, meaning kind of an opposition. So this is arm scissors. So lowering an arm, lifting the other. Good job, you're an expert already. Now, head placement. This is so hard. It is such a simple idea, but in reality, oh my gosh, I'm a turtle. And I think it's because I'm a desk worker. I work like this. So my head has like become forward, and it is so embarrassing and not cute. So for head and cervical placement, we really just want to know like where our head is. Also, you know, everyone knows in Pilates, there's the 100 series, there's the teaser, basically anything involving like a forward crunch. We want to be really mindful of our head because our head weighs a lot, especially mine, because I'm so smart. Okay, lying back, staring at the ceiling. Our head is in neutral, our eyes are up to the top. Now we're gonna inhale and lower our eyes all of like 15 degrees. So if my eyes are my fingers here, they're an extension of my fingers, they're going from here to here, here to here. It's really subtle, but you can see, hopefully, you can see my head and my chin is tilting, and I like to say you're carrying an egg between your chin. Now we don't want to crack the egg and give ourselves a triple chin. We just want to hold the egg. Eyes, hold the egg. Eyes, hold the egg. We can also practice our head movements from our belly, because there are some lovely belly exercises that we do. So from here, we just want to think, this is overflexion, this is hyperextension or overextension, and it starts to move. What you'll notice is if you hyperextend your neck, it'll move into your lower back, or at least it does mine. So the correct place to be is neutral. We're not a sphinx. We're not a serpent. We are happy neutral. All right, let's do a quick warm up since we're already on our belly. Easy enough to go into a cat stretch. If you do yoga, this will be very familiar. So go onto your hands and knees. We are in neutral. We'll just do 5 repetitions. So from neutral, you're going to inhale, exhale, roll that ASIS away, pushing into the floor, feeling your head drop and your spine articulate, and return. Inhale, exhale, inhale and hold, exhale, return. Inhale, neutral, exhale, flex, inhale, hold, exhale, articulate through the spine. One more. Inhale, neutral, exhale, flex, inhale, hold, exhale, articulate through the spine. Now, lying supine on our back, we're gonna do some hip rolls. For fun, I'm gonna switch this to this direction. Really simple, we're gonna warm up our glutes, our hamstrings, practice stabilizing, that's core. Roll on back. Hands down by your side. This is supine position, just means you're on your back. We're gonna inhale to hold. Exhale, roll through. Thank you, Lily. Through. You're gonna roll through your spine, pressing into your heels, feeling your glutes engage. We don't want to be on our cervical spine, so we don't want to lift too high, just nice neutral, and roll down. Let's do 4 more. we'll move on to ab prep. So again, lying supine. We're going to practice that. Lily, I love you, but I need you to not be in my neck. Lily, I'm trying to teach here. There's a million people watching. I can see up your nose. Okay, so neutral spine. Breathe in for preparation. Tuck your chin. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lower down. Now, if you need more neck support, you can put your hands behind your head. Inhale, chin nod. Exhale, scoop up. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lower down. Again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Lower down. Next, we're going to work on our half rollback. So sitting up, we want to be on our sits bones, which are the pokey bones on the bottom side of our rear end. We're going to start bent over, arms extended. Breathe in to prepare. Exhale, halfway back. Extend. One leg circle. One leg circle, again, lying supine. Bottom leg bent, top leg facing the ceiling. We are going to cross over the midline of our body, circle around, return. Again, the trick here is keeping our spine in neutral and not letting our pelvis move. Hands down by your side. Breathe in, cross over. Exhale, bring it around. Now reverse. If this is too much of a test for your hamstrings, you can bend your knee. Like so, like that. Good job. Let's switch legs. Reverse. Sitting up. Next is rolling like a ball. If you have issues with your spine, watch first, decide whether you want to do it. Do it on carpet, skip it, be nice to yourself. So we want to start with our feet upraised. We want to start with our feet raised off the floor. We're balancing on our sits bones. Hands are going to go on the outside of our legs. We want our knees together. We want to be in a C curve, and we're going to roll. Good job. Let's do our obliques next. In stop Pilates, we call it obliques. In other exercise classes I've taken, they call it bicycle. Whatever works, same thing. So we're gonna start. Now again, our back has two options, or our pelvis. It can be in neutral, which is like 2 blueberries under your back. Or if you feel like you need some more support, we can do, as Lily's gonna demonstrate for us, we can do, oh, you're so cute. We can do imprint. So whatever you wanna do, start with our legs off the mat, arms behind our head. Breathe in, exhale, twist, and extend. Lily, I don't want to make out with you. Lily, move. On the shoulder bridge, arms down by your side. You're gonna lift up. Remember, we wanna stay on our scapula. We don't wanna be on our cervical spine. And you're going to press into one of your legs, lift the other to the ceiling. We're going to point down, flex up, lower, between. Okay, next we have rollover. Now in STOT, they want you to have all of these different apparatuses, including something called a half barrel. I have not invested in one yet. They're hundreds of dollars. So I'm going to use my foam roller to assist me. You can use a thick lumbar pillow. You can use a yoga block. You could also just do this straight from the floor if you don't have any back stuff. But for the sake of demonstrating, I'm gonna put my roller behind me. I'm going to sit back on it, lower my elbows, and roll back until the foam roller is just under my pelvis. Now the problem with this is it's gonna wanna roll away. We'll do what we can. So from here, we're going to lift our legs, and eventually they're gonna get over our head, okay? All right, let's see how graceful I can do this. So, inhale, we're lifting our legs. Exhale, they're going over our head. So inhale, exhale. Abduct wider from the mat. Together, articulate down. I find this really difficult. I don't know why it's so hard for me, but it is. So I bet you're doing it just fine, so good for you. All right, that's enough of that. All right, to continue to do things that I find difficult, let's do open leg rocker. Now, true open leg rocker starts in basically a teaser position where both legs are extended, you're holding them, they're out, but my hamstrings are far too tight today, so we're gonna do our modification. Lily, my love, I don't want to kick you. Okay, so we're gonna be here balanced. And it's gonna feel kind of a lot like the rollback we did. But legs are off the floor. Now we're not in a C curve. We're gonna be more in a V. Legs off, hands under the knee, and we roll back. Don't hit your dog. Now when you roll back, you want your eyes on your knees. When you come up, your eyes are on the horizon. So knees, horizon. Knees, horizon. Knees, horizon. And that's that. All right, next we're gonna do oblique rollback. So similar to our half rollback that we did earlier. However, this time, we're gonna roll back halfway, open our arm, return. So inhale, exhale, inhale. So to further test our pelvic stability and our ab strength and our obliques, we're gonna do leg pull front. So we're gonna go into a push-up position. Now inhale, exhale, inhale, down. I hope you are starting to sweat. I know I am. We're gonna do hip twist. Again, intermediate move. However, we're going to do the modification. So, elbows on the floor. We're pressing into our elbows. Legs are going up and we're twisting side to side. Our last exercise is the push-up, also lovingly referred to by some as a dinosaur walk. So we're gonna stand. So from a standing position, we're going to roll down, walk our hands out, do a push-up, come back, okay? So breathe in to prepare. Exhale, articulate your spine down. And I want you to do 3 more of those. My dog's not allowing me to. So begin. Articulating down through your spine so your hands are on the floor. I want you to walk out 1, 2, 3, 4. Push up. walk back. 1, 2, 3. Roll up. Articulate down. Walk. 1, 2, 3, 4. Press down. Lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll all the way up. And again, roll your head down, articulating through the spine. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Push up. Walk back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll up. And that's the end of our video. Thank you so much for participating. I know that I'm going to get better with time. So thank you so much for participating and watching. Give this video a thumbs up. And we're done.